Good afternoon, evening, and morning, everyone. This is May 26th. It's a Thursday. Welcome back to the 8th episode of the JM Touchdown Show. My name is Joe Shea of Fanatics Sports, and joining me today is Mike Kennedy of KennedyNFL. Now, Mike, what are we starting with today?
Well, first, I'd like to say it's been 2 weeks, Joe. We haven't really talked much, and I know all of our listeners and viewers have been desperately craving some more JMTD show content. But in our time off, there's been a couple under the radar signings, trickling in after free agency and the draft. So we'll hit on those a little bit before we go into more of our more in-depth topics. First up, Melvin Ingram, edge defender. He signed with the Dolphins, a 1-year, $5 million deal. He played with both the Steelers and the Chiefs last year. What do you think about this deal and what he brings to the Dolphins?
So the Dolphins are my second favorite team, and one of their biggest weaknesses has been pass rush because they have Emmanuel Ogbah, who over the past 2 seasons has basically had the same exact stats pass rush-wise, 9 sacks and 36 and 39 pressures. But after that, not much production in the pass rush game from them. So, adding in a veteran like Ingram just really helps out the team in every way possible because he might not get you the most sacks anymore like he did in his younger days, but still having that veteran presence to help out the young guys and to still be able to, rush the quarterback means a lot to this Miami team.
Yeah, obviously it's not like a groundbreaking championship signing, but I really like this for the Dolphins because people didn't really want to admit this last year, especially I'm a Steelers fan. So Steelers fans really didn't like the way the whole Ingram situation played out last year, but he was good for both teams he played for last year. The sack numbers weren't there, but he had 42 pressures in under 600 snaps over the full season.
Yeah.
And really, he's known as a pass rusher because that was what he was great at with the Chargers. He was top 5 in pressures in both 2017 and 18. But he's a really good run defender, actually. He had the 3rd best run defense grade among all edge defenders last season, behind only Cameron Jordan and Von Miller. And he was still solid.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he was still solid against the pass, too. He had the 18th best pass rush grade. So he's more of a part-time player now. So he's not going to rack up those huge numbers, but that's okay. They have Emmanuel Ogbah. They have Jalen Phillips. Not groundbreaking players, but if you can get limited snaps from Ingram, he'll be more fresh when he does come off the bench. So I like the signing.
Yeah. And another guy that we want to speak on is Kyle Fuller to the Ravens. As we know, Kyle Fuller has spent time with a couple teams in the NFL, most notably the Bears, but and then the Broncos for a year. And then when he went to the Broncos, he just didn't look the same. He's still like kind of young. He's not like he's an old veteran. He was in his I don't know. I don't remember the exact year of his career, but he
was drafted in 2014, I believe.
2014. So heading into his 8th math. Yeah. But he just surprisingly just fell off out of nowhere. And he's now going to the Ravens. Deal numbers still have not come out. But behind Marcus Peters and Marlon Humphrey, it's a pretty good 3rd corner to have.
And for the Ravens, I'm never going to doubt them. Rehabilitating once great players, especially on defense. That's kind of what they do. And we always know they have the best off seasons, whether it's in the draft or free agency. And they've really revamped that secondary this offseason because they were terrible last year. They ranked 30th in pass defense DVOA. Granted, that was because Marlon Humphrey missed 5 games and Marcus Peters missed the entire season. So the guys they had, Anthony Averett and Brandon Stevens, played the most, and they got roasted a ton. So now adding those guys back from injury, adding Kyle Fuller, adding Kyle Hamilton and Marcus Williams in free agency, I would be surprised if they don't go back to having one of the best secondaries in football.
Oh, yeah. We already know how Harbaugh is. He's a great coach. Bring in players like that. Their whole secondary, it just seems like it has so much potential at just being elite next year. Because
barring health, hopefully.
Yes, barring health. Because Marcus Peters is kind of like the Trayvon Diggs. He's the one. He's basically the first version of him. Marlon Humphrey's just great. Marcus Williams, we all know him for the one play, but
He's one of the most consistent safeties.
Exactly. Yeah.
He doesn't have this high peaks, like super athletic diving for interceptions, but he's
just very consistent. He stays
exactly
just great play all around. Kyle Hamilton, very, very very excited to see what he has to do this rookie year because he fell so far in the draft. I mean, I think he was a top 5 talent.
I agree.
But I genuinely don't know what happened. Maybe because people think he's slow or something like that, but he's going to be great. And then, obviously adding Kyle Fuller.
Don't forget they have Chuck Clark too, who's not bad himself. So when Kyle Hamilton held to them, it's like, yeah, we already have 2 solid starting safeties, but when a talent like that falls, and that's why the Ravens are the Ravens, because they just get the best players.
Yeah.
I also wanted to say I'm interested, though, to see how they utilize Fuller, because I think obviously Humphrey and Peters are the 2 starting outside corners. So you would think Fuller would be in the slot, but he hasn't really played in the slot much in his career. He's only played 351 snaps while he's played over 5,000 out wide. And 265 of those slot snaps came last year, which was obviously the worst season of his career.
Yeah.
He had the 4th worst PFF grade among 79 eligible corners. He gave up 6 touchdowns, 126.6 passer rating. So, like I said, I think he'll bounce back, but I just want to see how they use him. And if they do use him in the slot, how he'll fare better than last year.
Yeah. I mean, isn't he a great tackler too? Or at least was. So that on top of Peanut Tillman Jr. and Marlon Humphrey, it's just, I think that'll be really good, at least in the run game.
That's a good point. Ravens always like those physical corners.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Marcus Peters isn't really that physical, but
he's like the outlier.
He does what he does. He's either going to get an interception or, have Kendrick Bourne beat him on a double move for a 75-yard touchdown. I'm not even talking about Marcus Peters at that point. Speaking of corners, though, are you good with Kyle?
I'm good with Kyle.
Superstar Jaire Alexander, 4-year, $84 million, 30 guaranteed, 30 signing bonus. I recently literally yesterday I made a video, the Aaron Rodgers trap, about how quarterbacks they take up too much money. That you have to do it, but it's always detrimental to your team in the long run. It's not always just quarterbacks. I mean, Jaire Alexander, top 2 or 3 when fully healthy. But it's going to be very hard to get other pieces around him on defense when he's making that much money. Now, I understand that 30 of it was signing bonus. So, that helps out a little bit, but still. In general, when players are given that much money, listen, he deserves it. He deserves it so much because he's that good.
He's only 25 years old.
Yeah, but from a team standpoint, those types of contracts hurt the team almost every time.
And I think we see the Packers are the example of that this offseason because of what they had to do with Devontae Adams.
Well, they were going to pay him. They gave him enough. They offered enough money, but he was just like, I don't want to play here.
Yeah, exactly. But I think because they had to get rid of him, this is kind of why they were able to pay Alexander all this money.
Yeah. I mean, they would have picked Adams over Alexander any day of the week.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
I think even though cornerbacks are very valuable, I think wide receivers probably at this point in time, 2022, probably the most valuable position in the NFL besides quarterbacks, at least if you have an elite number 1 wide receiver.
Okay.
Not in general, because there's a lot of good receivers, but if you have that elite number 1 guy who can take over a game at any time, you saw what Jamar Chase did for the Bengals, even though they still had terrible offensive line, it didn't matter because he was such a great dominant receiver. So, but I mean, the Packers, they still have a solid defense, and with Aaron Rodgers, they should easily win the NFC North. Where they go from there, I don't know.
I would actually disagree with that. I think the Vikings have a good chance.
See, I bought into the Vikings so many times, and I think they'll compete for a wild card berth, but
I think
unless the Packers stumble a lot, I don't see them competing for the division.
Agree to disagree. I mean, I don't have the Vikings winning. I'm saying they could.
So you're telling me there's a chance.
Yeah, yes. But yeah, I mean, I like the signing for Jaire, and you have to do it, but it's just the Packers are notorious for this. Just
Everybody go watch Joe's video.
Yeah, just signing. Oh yeah, the Aaron Rodgers trap. It's
Aaron Rodgers,
straight line
dollar
NFL.
sign.
That's only in the thumbnail. That's not the title. But like it just, I don't see the Packers doing that much, and like in the future due to contracts like this and Rodgers and things of that nature. But the thing is too, you sign Rodgers to this big deal, and we already know you don't have faith in Jordan Love, and now we know he's just a bust. This is completely off topic, but like teams, they want to win with quarterbacks when they're on their rookie deal. We already know this. We see it a lot. We see the Bengals try and win. The Steelers did it with Roethlisberger.
The Hawks with Russell Wilson.
Yeah, thank you. Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, things of that nature. Or, I mean, if you're Tom Brady, you just take pay cuts when you're with New England, but like that's rare. That
Even
doesn't.
Carson Wentz with the Eagles.
Yeah, but so then what's the point of drafting Love? If you're the plan in the NFL is to win when your quarterback's on the rookie deal. That way, the Aaron Rodgers trap, as I define it, doesn't happen.
I think at this point, 99.9% of the population is in agreement that the Love pick was a terrible idea.
Yeah.
And I'd say even most people at the time thought it was as much. I think they just really bought into the idea of how they succeeded Favre with Rodgers. They thought they could do it again, but
they could have done it next year. They literally could have picked their quarterback next year.
Love was nowhere near that kind of prospect. I didn't even think he was worth a first-round pick, regardless of the fact that they needed help on offense and other positions that Rodgers had been asking for years. And then their other picks in that draft, H-back tight end, backup bruiser running back. Like
they did get that one though. You don't like AJ Dillon?
I mean, you know my view on running backs, so I don't think he was. I think he's a solid running back, but at that position with so many other players available, I wouldn't have done that. And I said as much at the time.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
And I mean, they re-signed Aaron Jones too, so like it wasn't even a lot of the reason people defended that pick was, oh, we're going to lose Aaron Jones in a year, so that's why we drafted a running back in the second round, and then that didn't happen. So
yeah.
Anyways,
let me just get my bag for this next one. So Jarvis Juice Landry signs a 1-year, $3 million guaranteed. There's another 3 in incentives with the New Orleans Saints. If you don't know me, you should know that Jarvis Landry is my favorite player. Yes, I know it's weird. Don't judge me. I am excited because the Saints have done a lot this offseason, especially in the wide receiver room, bringing in Jarvis, bringing in Chris Olave. So now that the number one target is no longer Marquez Callaway, obviously Michael Thomas is back. I'm excited for the Saints. Oh, and they also have Jameis Winston.
I feel like at some point this offseason, I'm going to dislike the Saints just because of how much you're hyped for them and how annoying.
Oh my God, they're winning.
Even though I'm
winning
also
the
hyped
NFC
for them.
South. They're winning the NFC South. I don't care.
Put
They sweep the Bucks every year. They've swept them the past 3 years. And now just adding in Olave, Jarvis. Shoot, what was there? Didn't they have another?
Tyrann Mathieu.
I was thinking of another pick
on offense.
No, another draft pick that I can't remember.
Trevor Penning, the tackle.
Yeah, good. He's a great tackle. Thank you. I knew his tackle. I couldn't remember his name. And then Tyrann Mathieu. My God, this team is stacked. Sure, people be like, oh, but Jameis Winston. When Jameis had clear vision and no true wide receiver, he was great last year. Maybe he didn't put up that many yards, but he was efficient, did exactly what Sean Payton wanted him to do in that offense. And now that he has Michael Thomas, a top 5 wide receiver, let's not forget Chris Olave, a rookie first-round pick, and Jarvis Landry, who is getting on the older side, but still provides a lot of veteran leadership and good play on the field. Just not when you have an injured Baker Mayfield throwing to you the whole season.
I think we talked about this in a previous episode, how excited we are for Jameis even before this signing and even before the draft. Like I think he was top 3 in EPA per play last year, as you said, with no talent whatsoever out wide.
Marquez
Absolutely
Callaway.
none. And even when he was in Tampa and he threw all those interceptions that we remember, he was still uber efficient. Even then, he was like top 12 in EPA per play. Even as interceptions hurt EPA per play the most among statistics. Now he has surgery, Chris Olave, Michael Thomas back, Jarvis Landry, an improved offensive line.
Trotman.
Better health at running back as well.
That one was a joke.
I
know people think he's good, so I really don't know.
But yeah, this Jarvis Landry signing in itself isn't too exciting.
Isn't the biggest thing in the world. I love it, but you know what I mean. In the grand scheme of things, not the biggest thing. Yes.
Right. What I'm most excited for is that it moves Michael Thomas, if he's healthy, which he should be, back in the more traditional X receiver role where he's running routes downfield. You know, everybody calls him slant boy and all that stuff,
but that was because
but Drew Brees' deteriorating arm strength. Without Brees, he can go back to running deep routes, especially with, Jameis Winston of all players. His percentage of snaps run from the slot from his career was 12.9% in his rookie year. It increased to 22.8%, then 31.1% and 31.3% in his last 2 years with Brees. So if that doesn't say,
they should probably keep it around the 22 range.
Right. And sure, he was very efficient even while running those slot short routes every year. He had greater than 2.0 yards per route run in every single season, even in his injury-filled 2020, but he has no touchdown season. He's efficient no matter where he is, but getting him out wide where he's actually going down the field will be better for the team, better for the quarterback, everybody in general. And like Drew Brees had an average target of 8 or better every year from 2008 to 2015. And then that's when the drop-off happened, which just so happened to coincide with Thomas's rookie year. So had we seen him play with prime Drew Brees, I think the overall opinion of him would be much higher than it is. Because I think he's one of the best receivers in football. I don't see how there's any way you cannot agree with that unless you just...
People kind of treat Michael Thomas like how me and my roommates treat Giannis. Like everyone's like, oh, he's only good at one thing, like run and dunk man, slant boy. Yeah. Like,
you said if he was 6'6", he would be
okay, but dude, you can't tell me that's wrong.
He would be much lesser of a player. I don't know if he would.
He might average 10 points a game. Same skill set, Giannis at 6'6", 10 points a game.
But yeah, I do like that agreement. How like people do the same thing with Steph
like
Curry didn't have his 3-point shot, or
yeah.
Anyways,
if you put Michael Thomas out wide, like blah blah, like nah, bro, he's elite for a reason.
Right.
He just wasn't able to run legit routes because, as we'll get to in a second, noodle arm Drew Brees couldn't throw.
Like, if you're so great at something, why stop? Like, sure, I said, I would rather have him out wide, but he was dominating regardless. So, it's not broken. It just could be improved.
Oh, yeah.
And as we mentioned with the receivers, throughout his entire time in New Orleans, besides his rookie year when he had Brandon Cooks opposite him, the best receiver Thomas ever played with was a 32-year-old Ted Ginn. It's all the attention was on him. What is that?
I never even realized that.
Traquan Smith never did anything. He had 1 year with Willie Snead, which, whatever. And that's also crazy. His rookie season.
Oh my God. I never realized that.
So all the attention was on him. He was only there in 2020 when Thomas only played 7 games, and he was also 33 years old at the time. So,
but
he probably would have been better than Ginn, but it's the same story, really. So he had to carry the full load himself now that he has Olave and Landry, and even an improved Callaway, who got more polished as last season went on. Sure, whatever. But when he's playing the number 4 role,
and Adam Troutman, don't worry.
Also, I wanted to mention, since now they brought in Jarvis Landry from LSU, Tyrann Mathieu from LSU, do you think they would go down that well again and get Odell Beckham Jr. as a luxury signing?
No, I think the receiver room's too stacked. But I mean,
I don't either. But like,
I actually wouldn't like that, to be honest, because I want Odell on a team where he's the number 2.
I agree. But if there was any place where he would be willing to sign a cheap deal to go back home with his best friend, it would be there. I don't think it happened, but it would be fun just for the novelty of it all. Maybe not on field, it wouldn't be as pretty, but
like in yeah. I know what you're saying.
Anyways,
that would be cool.
Speaking of noodle arms,
Drew Brees wants to make a comeback. My answer, I'm looking right into my camera. No, don't do it. I don't know how old you are. It's like 40, 49. That's a lie. You know, I'm kidding. Just because you sucked on NBC in every aspect of broadcasting doesn't mean you have to come back to the NFL. Football players have to learn that there's other things in football in life. Drew Brees, you suck now. You're a Hall of Famer. Don't come back. Quit broadcasting. Do something else. I want to see Jameis Winston succeed and actually have Michael Thomas and Jarvis Landry and Chris Olave and Alvin Kamara and Adam Trautman have someone with a legit arm throw them the football. Someone who can throw it over 20 yards, preferably 50 plus yards. Who can do that? Jameis Winston.
Taysom Hill.
No. Who can't do that? Drew Brees. Thank you.
Listen, that was lovely. Everybody give him a round of applause. But I thought it was really funny how you just started by saying no, because on my Google Docs notes under the Drew Brees heading, I have 2 letters. N-O. That was all I put.
I respect it so much. Yeah, no, he can't come back.
And I don't think it was really serious. I don't think, one, that he would commit to that. 2, I don't think they would bring him back even if he was. We saw how washed he was, especially in that Tampa Bay playoff game. I would say even Winston was better when Brees was still active, let alone now, how we've discussed how he's improved.
Yeah, and
it would ruin everything.
Yeah, it would. It would ruin team chemistry because they'd be like, oh, great, now I have to run slants every play. It would literally be like Madden, like slant, 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 flat.
If I was Chris Olave, I'd be like, I'm not doing this. I'm going to the USFL. I'm going to the XFL.
Dude, there's probably better quarterbacks in the USFL than Drew Brees at this point.
And no shade to him, but like,
no, he's a Hall of Famer.
Like,
he's a Hall of Famer, but like, my God, he is like Chris Paul. Think about that. You know how like Patrick Bev is like, we're playing Patrick Beverly right now, being like, oh, you know how like he's like, oh, he can't guard anyone. He's too old. That's us with Drew Brees. Like, oh, he can't throw the ball over 20 yards. He's too old. He's got no arm. We are playing the Patrick Beverly instigator role right now. And I am proud to do so because I love Patrick Beverly. But
as everyone should.
Yeah, he's like not fun to watch, but he's fun to watch. You know, it's like he's so boring, but he's not.
As someone who is a hustler at heart when playing basketball, I cannot not appreciate him.
You know, I don't think I have like a legit take on Brees. I think I just genuinely would hate to see him on a football field.
I just laughed. Like I said, like, I don't think it's going to happen, so I'm not even going
to. You put in this quote, but like, is there a point?
I just
I'm not saying anything bad about you. I'm just saying, like, is there even like we already did
despite speculation from media about my future this fall. Like,
no one wants you to work for NBC because you suck. We don't want to see you play football again because you suck. Go focus on business and philanthropy. Oh, I don't even know what pickleball is. I do, but like, why is that in the quote? Senior golf tour. Yeah, we know you're a senior at this point. Go get your discount at McDonald's. Coach your kids. Do that, definitely. Or all the above. No, that wouldn't even make physical sense to work at NBC and play football. Whatever. All right, I'm done. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Go play golf with his old buddy, Donald Trump.
Is he friends with Donald?
I mean, you remember that whole thing he said about the flag?
No, I really don't.
Let's not get into it.
Okay. Yeah.
He apologized.
Speaking of stuff that's, I guess, political, but this is the football side of it now, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to offend anyone when I say that. Colin Kaepernick actually worked out with the Raiders, and apparently it went really well. Honestly, I am surprised it went really well because he's been out of the league for like what, 6
years.
6 years. And when he first was out of the league, I was like, oh, he deserves a job. For like 2 years after that, then I was like, he deserves a job then, but he might not be good anymore.
You know, everybody who knows me knows I'm an ardent Colin Kaepernick defender, should have a job, blah, blah, blah. But my first thought when I read this, like you, was I want him to get signed by any means necessary. But there's a part of me deep down that doesn't want it to happen because, like you said, we have to admit he's been out of the league for 6 years. So if
he might just embarrass himself.
Yeah, if he's rusty at all, which he probably will be,
even
if it's in preseason or training camp.
Yeah,
people will rush to say that that's all the proof that he deserved the blackballing that he got all these years. When we know that's not the case, but like,
yeah, no, I mean, like if he was signed within the 2 years after he was like, blackballed, I would have been okay with it. Excuse me, but it's just way too. It's the opportunity's gone,
and it's like
I feel like at this point he might be doing it for media attention. At least like that workout he had, like those public workouts he would do, where he would have like record them. I mean, I feel like that was just like
he might have been doing it for like media attention, but like he kind of needs that, I guess.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Like it's not inherently a negative thing.
Yeah.
Like I think he loves football. Like he wants to play.
Yeah.
Like, if there's a part of him that's also doing it just to get attention, like I'm like, so what, But like,
I would say maybe money, but he's got a whole thing with Nike. So like he's probably very chilling on money. Probably a lot better than a lot of people in the league.
And it's just the whole too little, too late thing for me. Yeah. Like you remember in 2020 when all that stuff was going down and the NFL finally like posted like a video about racism is bad. It's like, thanks guys. That's real helpful now. Like, you could have said something 4 years ago when one of your own players was kneeling for the flag, but whatever.
Another thing is funny that's the Raiders. Because,
they have a reputation. Like Mark Davis, he said, he was like, he deserves every chance in the world to be a quarterback in the NFL. And I'm like, okay.
Is it that, or is it because a lot of your players go to prison that you want to sign them? Which one is it?
Bit of both. Probably. The prison ones. But like,
is it because one of your players drunk drove at 156 miles per hour that you wanted to sign Colin Kaepernick? Is it because one of your players was waving around a gun on Instagram Live and then had other criminal charges that you wanted to sign Colin Kaepernick? Is it because, I don't know if he's still on the team, one of your players is very known to be a racist? Richie Incognito, is he still on the team?
I don't think so.
Google.
He is a free agent.
I think he definitely just had like his last year there.
He just played last year.
No, he did not play last year. That's crazy.
He did.
Damn.
Oh, he was out for the year, but he was on the team last year.
I just went to Pro Football Reference. I couldn't find that, But yeah, I mean, it's cool overall, like Kaepernick, but like at this point, it's like whatever.
So many teams have like said what Mark Davis said before, like he deserves every chance. Okay, then give him one. Like if
the Seahawks
sign him,
the Seahawks
exactly. That's the prime example right there. Pete Carroll, like put your money where your mouth is. It's kind of like
Carroll sucks. All right, let's get that. He's not a good coach.
I'm in full agreement with you there.
Do you think he ever was, or do you just think like he was?
No, he definitely was when he first got to Seattle.
Oh wait, when he had like a great talent around him.
I mean, even like,
But then like the second he faced adversity, he wasn't good anymore.
I think
Oh,
he's
wait,
one of
he called a
those.
run. He called a pass play on the 1 yard line with
I
Marshawn
mean,
Lynch.
calling a pass play wasn't a problem, just that specific pass, but that's another discussion. But I think Pete Carroll is one of those coaches.
I just like to make fun
I
of
just
him.
can't let it slide. I can't let it slide.
Yeah.
But I think Pete Carroll is one of those coaches who's really good at elevating talent. But once you get to he's kind of like Brad Stevens was with the Celtics. He's good at elevating talent, but taking elite talent to the next level, not so much. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I get it.
Like, if they had to choose between him and Russell Wilson, like, come on, how does it even get to that point? And how do you make that choice? But I don't even know how we got on this topic, but
my bad. Pro Bowl, huh? Some cool changes to the Pro Bowl. Potentially. Who cares? It's the Pro Bowl. Oh, I'm gonna do this again. The Pro Bowl is the most boring thing in the United States of America. Second to I lost my train of thought. We're gonna skip that.
Great rant. That was supposed to be a clip right there.
Take two.
Take two.
Oh, I got it. The Pro Bowl is the second most boring thing in America. Second to Little League Baseball. But Roger Goodell and the NFLPA and players had some ideas. They're like, let's get rid of the game and just do events. That's cool. It'll be more entertaining. I'm not going to watch it. I'm still not going to watch. I'm not even going to get close to watching. Hell, I don't even know when the Pro Bowl is. Like I do, but I don't know what time. I don't know what channel, because guess what? I do not want to watch the Pro Bowl. Why do I not want to watch the Pro Bowl? Because A, it's a popularity contest. And most of the time, players who deserve to be in the Pro Bowl. Am I too loud?
You're good.
Most of the time, players who deserve to be in the Pro Bowl don't get in. That's why you look at all pro teams. But either way, that is still flawed. 2, it is so boring watching Kirk Cousins throw into a target that is moving 10 yards in front of him. The target not being a person, it being a piece of paper. Kirk Cousins, good quarterback. Top 13? Sure. Say top 13, 14. Either way, should he be in the Pro Bowl? Probably not. But yeah, that's just how it works. The fans are like, oh, Kirk Cousins threw 33 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and went like 7-10 or whatever they went. So,
I mean, I think one of the problems with that is that so many players opt out. Like, I don't think
indeed,
Kirk Cousins was a top 3 quarterback in the NFC.
Sorry. The players even know it's boring and awful. They opt out of it. Because when you watch Mac Jones gritty to the end zone, which he will never do in his career again, that's when you should know. This game sucks. They don't tackle. Where's Sean? Rest in peace. Where is Sean Taylor type of play in the Pro Bowl where he literally knocked someone out? The Pro Bowl sucks. Thank you.
Once again, well done.
Thank you.
And growing up, the Pro Bowl was like the coolest thing to me. Like, oh, it's all the All-Stars. It's Peyton Manning and Tom Brady on the same team throwing to Chad Johnson and handing off to LaDainian Tomlinson. Like you said, now it's Mac Jones throwing to God knows who. Barely even the offensive line doesn't even move. It's like the Pro Bowl was so cool. And I was like, I turn it on every year and I last like literally a minute from like, oh, right. I forgot. I thought it was going to be different. I don't know why I thought it was going to be different. It's stupid. It sucks. Now, on the other hand, the skills competition.
That stuff's fun.
Like when they had those back in the day, like I watched those yearly. Like they would replay them on NFL Network every year, and I would rewatch them every single year. They brought it back a couple years ago because it was gone for a while. I think like 2016 they brought it back. It's not as good as it was back then. It's shortened and condensed, but it's so much funner than the game.
Yeah,
the players are clearly actually into it.
Pro Bowl I can remember. I don't in 2015, the one where Odell had like that catch in the middle of the field where like he was like dove for it. That was the last good Pro Bowl.
I think that.
Let me look.
Think you're right. 2015. I think, didn't one of them go to overtime?
Yes, it was 2015. That was the last good Pro Bowl, in my opinion.
Was that also like the first one you watched, considering when
Second.
you started watching football?
Second.
Fair enough.
But no, I get that. I get what you're saying, but still, I've watched the ones after that. They all suck.
I think I keep the game, scrap the game, whatever. I'm not really too invested in it. I think they really need to just go all in with the skills competition. Now it's like a 30-minute pre-taped show on ESPN on like a Thursday night. So like nobody cares, nobody's watching, nobody's invested. If they put that like on the Sunday, it would do solid ratings. And I think more players would actually show up and not opt out.
Yeah, because
if it was just a skills competition
playing in a
rather
meaningless
than the game.
It's like you're just playing around with all your friends, basically.
And then you could extend out the various events because they only have like 5 or so. It used to be like a 3-hour show back in the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I think they should just go all in on.
Yeah, I mean that would be cool. That would be fun. Because like no one wants to see the game. I mean, honestly, dude, I have nothing else to say about the Pro Bowl because like
I'm surprised we talked this long about it.
NBA Conference Finals. I'm gonna get yes. So excuse me for this. Celtics in 6. Jimmy likes dicks. I came up with that myself. It is perfect.
You don't cuss.
Yeah, dicks isn't a swear, but I am so happy we won Game 5 because like after that first half, I was like, okay, I think we're still gonna win, but yada yada yada. Jimmy Butler, pull up his stats. You know, elite player, superstar, right? Yeah, Jimmy Butler, superstar. Yeah, I think. Okay. I'm clicking. I'm clicking.
He's clicking. He's clicking stats. It's not clicking. He's not lying.
Yeah. Technical difficulties. Sorry. I don't even have like an old phone. I don't know why it's been doing it. Maybe it's the app. You know, I'm gonna just look it up.
Let's say you have a computer right in front of you.
I prefer to look at stats on my phone, like for basketball. Boston versus Heat box.
4 of 18 last night. 3 of 14 in game 4.
Yeah. He's made 7. He's made 7 shots. What? I'm being such an idiot, right? Okay, I figured out. Yeah. So Jimmy Butler sucks so bad at basketball. Not actually, but this is just I'm playing against him.
It's the new Giannis.
Yeah. But dude, how do you go 7 of 32 in 2 of the most meaningful games of your career?
Look at that math.
I used to be good at math, but I haven't taken it in a while. Oh, and then Bam Adebayo, huh? Oh my God. Robert Williams, just like he is literally his father. Robert Williams is Bam Adebayo's legitimate father. The way that he just, oh my God. Oh,
we hear
I love
so
it.
much about how Bam is going to dominate the Celtics and he's such an imposing freak. And he'll have one game where he shows that and then just goes completely soft. Like it's not even like an up and down roller coaster. I tweeted he was a couple days ago. No, it's just one up and then just continually down.
And let me look here.
He would be the third best Celtic on the
12
Celtics.
less minutes, Robert Williams had the same amount of rebounds.
He'd be the third best center on the Celtics.
Yeah. People are like, oh, Bam Adebayo, defensive player of the year. No, he's not, though. He's not even remotely close to defensive player of the year. It probably went Smart, McHale, Giannis. I genuinely have no idea after that. Patrick Beverly, maybe. I don't know. Who's in the running? No. Gobert sucks.
Draymond Green.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
Someone who's actually good at basketball. Wow. I also hate Gobert. I think
I know everybody does.
Who genuinely thinks that Gobert has basketball skill? He's 7-1 and gets dunked on by point guards every game. Like, no. He can't guard the perimeter to save his goddamn life. Sure. I mean, like Robert Williams isn't the best at perimeter defense either, but like,
But he
how are
gets
you
toasted
defensive player
every
of the
time.
year when you're a one-trick pony? Like Marcus Smart, Mikal Bridges, guard 1 through 5.
We saw
Especially
Marcus Smart locking down Bam
Bam
Adebayo just the other
Adebayo.
night. Like,
Yo, no, you want to know what pisses me off? Whenever Jaylen Brown gets switched onto a big, he looks so scared. It's like, dude, you are 6'7" and muscular. What are you doing? Just try. Bam Adebayo is 6'9", and you look like a little baby, like crying for his mother when you get switched onto him.
Jaylen Brown, this is going to sound like an insult. I mean, it kind of is, but it's not as bad as it's going to sound. He's a better version of Jeff Green. He's the most frustrating player on the team because he can be so good, and then he just either, like you said, loses confidence or has way too much confidence in the world and just goes 1-on-5. He's barreling into every single defender. It's like, well, I'm going to get fouled or I'm going to turn it over. Whatever happens, happens. It's like, just chill it back a little bit.
Oh my God, dude. The turnovers.
He had what, like 5 in the first half?
4.
4.
Then he didn't have 1 the rest of the game, but like still. It's like, oh, let me just dribble into 5 players. And it's like,
and even in his 40-point game, he had 7. It's probably the worst 40-point game ever.
No.
It was up there in recent memory.
Well, let's look at like a James Harden game where like he's like has like 30 free throws. You know?
Yeah.
And
a lot of it is.
But yeah, Celtics in 6. Jimmy Butler sucks.
And we've talked so much about how Jimmy Butler sucks and Bam Adebayo sucks.
Kyle Lowry.
We haven't talked about the 2 guards, Kyle Lowry or Max Strus yet.
Max Strus is
0 of 16.
I was going to say
past 2 games.
My fault. Yeah, 0 for 16 the past 2 games. Kyle Lowry just you got a nice rear end, but besides that, you're not doing anything in this series. Come on, I'm not wrong. Don't lie. But
so combined, they've made 1
Kyle
shot.
Lowry had 0 assists and 3 turnovers last night,
and he's supposed to be like one of the quintessential point guards. Like, take care of the ball, lead the offense, and like 0 assists in 25 minutes.
Sheen from Jimmy Neutron really thought he was that dude going 3 for 10 from 3. All right, I
Great
think,
reference.
Yeah, and then you want to know who's kind of sucked on offense this series for us? Grant Williams. He's kind of been terrible.
Yeah, like he had that big game 7, and then
I mean, no, he was doing good all of the Milwaukee series, except for like 2 games. But this series, I couldn't tell you a game where he's done good.
That's how I think he was good in game 2.
I don't remember. I'm still looking at the box.
Okay, yeah, he had 19 points, 5 of 7 from the field.
I actually do remember that game. Yeah, you're right. And you want to like someone who played good last night, but I don't want to acknowledge it. Take a guess.
Derek White. He's played the past 2 games.
2 games he's played. No, okay. Well, the other game he did good, but he started off. Everyone's like, "Oh my God, he has 11 points already." Then he went 4 of 14 from the field. I'm like, "That's classic Derek White." But he did everything else.
Even when he started hot, you tweeted like, "I'm never gonna."
I said Derek White slander is still tolerated because it is. I don't care. I think he did well last night. 6 of 8 for 14 points. 5 assists. You know, like that's chill. I still can't do it with him. Nothing he ever did. He could drop 40 in game 7 of the finals, win finals MVP, and I would still think he's not good at basketball. At least, like, he's a good defender. I'll give him that. But I can't acknowledge him being good at anything else.
It's so strange how such hatred has come up for such a
random
player.
It's because the Nets and Bucks series, he's done good this series. I will give him that. I need a sip of water. Sorry.
Yeah, he was 1 of 10 in game 7 against the Bucks. And he had another 0 of 6 game.
Oh my God. The Nets and Bucks series, every time he shot an open 3, didn't go in. I would watch every game with my roommates, right? One of them loves Derek White. One of them, he's actually a Knicks fan, but loves the Celtics now because of us. And he liked them before. He's from New Jersey. So he's like, all Knicks fans are like, okay, sure. If the Knicks succeed, I'll like them. But like, if not, hey, how we doing another team? You know? And then my other roommate was like a diehard Boston Celtics fan. They were like, oh yeah, Derek White's pretty good. I'm like, and then I was like, I don't know. And then like I would continually watch him miss every open three, and it would just be like, I hate you. It just started to grow. I can't do it.
Makes sense.
We good with Celtics and 6. Jimmy likes sticks for now.
Yeah, I'm there with at least the first part of that statement.
Dude, it's come on. It's like Celts and 4 your mom's a whore type of thing. I thought it was funny.
You go with it. I'm not offended by it, but I'm just not going to take part in it.
No, I get it. I get how, no, I don't even, honestly, I don't think it's offensive. I just think it's funny.
When you first tweeted it, I was like, I chuckled.
Yeah. Other serious, I have 2 words to say. Or no.
Wow, great 2 words, Joe.
Listen, no. Golden State is clearly just going to win tonight in Chase Center. I was trying to think. Shut up. I was gonna say like go
Warriors win.
Yeah, thank you. Oh my god.
Oh, that was hard.
Sorry. Yeah, I really don't have much to say on the series. Luka will do anything he wants and just still be like, oh damn, Jason Kidd's my coach. They almost blew a 30-point lead. I genuinely thought they were gonna do it.
They were getting Josh Smith. I tweeted that in the game. Like, it was all the Warriors bench players, and the Mavericks had all their starters still in, and they cut it to single digits. Obviously, they pulled away, but not a great sign.
Yeah. Just.
Now, I don't want to jinx anything here, and we'll talk more in discussion next week, obviously. But what are your initial finals thoughts, considering who we think are the favorites to get there?
Favorites? No, I know who's winning.
I said I don't want to jinx anything. Granted, yeah, I don't think with how injured the Heat are right now and how the Celtics have seemed to figure it out, I don't really see the Heat winning 2 consecutive games against,
especially one in Boston.
Injury. Yeah, I don't. Sure, I'm still a little like hurt inside from the last 2 times the Celtics blew a 3-2 Eastern Conference Finals lead, but that was against LeBron James.
Wait, when was the other time?
In 2012 against the Heat in 2018.
Oh, yep. I knew 2018, obviously, but 2012, I also wasn't watching basketball then, but I did know that. I couldn't remember to save my life.
Yeah, that game 6 was where that famous LeBron, like, angry, focused picture came from.
Yep.
When they destroyed him in Boston, he had like 45 points.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I do remember that now. I just need to be quickly. Sorry. Yeah, it's good. Finals, when it's Celtics Warriors, sure, I'll knock on wood, but I really don't care. Celtics and 6. Jimmy likes sticks.
And I'll say this: only one team in the NBA since however many years you want to go back, 2013, 2014, 2015, doesn't matter. Only one team in the NBA during that period has a winning record against the Warriors. That's the Boston Celtics.
I feel like we always play good against them in the regular season. It's really crazy.
And this series should have happened 4 years ago, 2018, as we mentioned. I was this close to buying finals tickets when I thought they were going to make it, even though that 2018 team would have gotten destroyed by the Warriors. This series, if it happens, not going to jinx anything, I think would be one of the best matchups that we've gotten in the finals in recent years. Like, just well-matched teams. Because
like Giannis just did his thing against the Suns.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the year before that? Was that the bubble?
The Lakers and Heat. Jimmy just had to have a monster game to even make it somewhat competitive. And then we know all the Warriors series, they don't really count.
What was the year before that, though?
The Raptors and Warriors. And it's hard to even take anything with the injuries. Yeah. So probably since like the Heat Spurs series, maybe. At least the 2013 one. 2014, the Spurs completely destroyed Miami, but 2013 was pretty solid matchup.
No. I think that the
2015, maybe
2015, 16, those 2 years.
I think that
I remember your
I could
tweet
see a
earlier
case for
today.
2015, but I think 2016 was just
Well, you're saying best matchups, right? Like match. Yeah.
I think you could have a case for 2015, but I think 2016, even though it was so close, I think it was solely because of everything that happened to the Warriors that it even got to that point. I don't think going into the series that it was a good matchup, even though, as we know, it won 7 games. But
All right.
I know
I
most
can get
people would
that.
disagree, but I'm right as always.
But yeah, so Celtics Warriors, I got to go into 7. I won't pick a winner.
Yeah, I keep saying on Twitter that I'm not going to pick against the Warriors until I see them lose, but I can't. I also can't pick against the Celtics, and it's not just because of my fandom. Like they've made me believers over the second half of this season. Anything can happen. So
Yeah,
as you said, 7 games, whatever happens, happens.
happens. Yeah, I mean, if we lose, I'll be upset. You know, if we win, I'm going to the parade because I have an apartment in Boston for a reason.
You may see me in person. I don't think I'll be able to find tickets to a game, but
Or get a parade.
I'm gonna try to way to celebrate somewhere.
Yeah. Oh my god, that would be so fun if we won. Oh, I can't even imagine that too. Because I didn't go to the St. Patty's Day parade. That's in Boston. No, I like regretted it. It was a Sunday. I don't believe in like beverages on like I do, but like it was like
they don't exist. I don't believe in them.
No, but like I was like I had a lot of stuff to do, so I was like I can't. And then everyone comes back, and I'm like, wow, that I should have won. So I'm not missing a Celtics parade, but besides
not exactly the same level of parade. St. Patrick's Day and a Celtics championship.
I went to all the Pats parades, not all of them. The last 2.
That's such a privileged thing to say.
And I went to the
I didn't go to all of them, just the past 2, you know.
I also went to the Sox one, even though I don't like baseball. I get your question out of the way.
All right. I got my question. So there have been 12 seasons in NFL history where a wide receiver recorded at least 80 receptions, but averaged under 10 yards per catch.
Jarvis Landry.
Name as many as you can. Jarvis Landry, he's actually the only player who's done it twice.
Does that count as 2 of them or?
Yeah, 2 of the 12 seasons.
Jalen Waddle.
2017 and 2014. Jalen Waddle was one of them.
Beasley.
Cole Beasley did it last year, yes.
I'm trying to think of like Edelman.
Edelman actually never did.
I didn't think so, but I was with his play style.
I can see why you went there.
Just receivers?
Just wide receivers.
Okay,
otherwise there'd be a lot of running backs on here.
50 running backs.
Think about Edelman.
Wes Welker.
Wes Welker did it in 2010.
How many of them are like?
They've all been in the 2000s, and all but 2 of them have been since 2010. So I'm not even diving deep in the well. This is
no, I know, but like this is like who are players that just like couldn't get 10 yards a catch? How many of them are active? Do I have all the active ones?
No, there are maybe 4 active. It depends on how you count a couple of them.
So one of them's a free agent.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, this is tough.
One of them is a former Patriot, but he did not do it with the Patriots.
Was he good on the Patriots?
I mean, he was solid. Like, he didn't have like a spectacular, 1,200-yard season or anything, but he had solid like playoff moments and stuff.
Dude, I might just have to tap out early. I don't think I'll be able to get this.
We said Edelman. We said Welker. Who's the other guy like that?
Oh my god, this guy, is he from the 2000s?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, this is gonna bother me because it's in.
I think he played with the
Wait a
Texans
second.
last year. And actually, there's 2 former Patriots on the list, but one of them was before your time.
Sorry. I don't think so. I don't think it was him. The guy.
Who was that?
No.
Who was it?
No.
Just say it.
No, I'm gonna figure this out.
Yeah, 2 former Patriots. One of them was before your time, but the other one that I was talking about played there recently.
Is it Troy Brown?
Troy Brown.
All right. Yep. All right.
That's why I was trying to tell you to say it.
I just didn't believe in myself.
He did so in 2002.
And give me hints for the other ones. How many do I have? Do I have 5?
You have 6, counting the 2 Landrys. One of them played for my favorite team when he did this.
Manuel Sanders.
Nope.
Antonio Brown.
Mm-mm.
Hines Ward.
Come on, he got memed to hell for this.
Juju,
2020, 8.6 yards per catch.
Wait. So I have. Who do I have? Jarvis, Jalen, Juju, Troy Brown, Wes Welker,
Cole Beasley.
Is there one more
5.
active?
There's an active one, and then the 2 guys who I think they're free agents. But one active, he plays in the AFC West.
Oh, Hunter Renfrow?
Nope.
Currently plays. All right. What are the?
Yes.
Oh, Keenan Allen.
There. Yep. Keenan Allen did it in 2020.
Oh yeah, I remember that too. Wasn't it like 9.9 or something?
It was 9.9. He's
Yeah.
right on the edge. All right. Get this former Patriot. Wes Welker, Julian Edelman. Who else is in that mold?
I already said Troy Brown, right?
Yeah. Not him.
But he was one.
Yeah. He was one of them. But this guy played like recently.
Danny Amendola.
He actually has the lowest.
What, like
yards per catch,
7.6?
8.1.
Oh.
And that was in his rookie season with the Rams in 2010. All right, you got 3 more guys. One of them's a first ballot Hall of Famer, or he will be when he's eligible.
Reggie Wayne. So
Incorrect.
random, but
In that same era, though.
who's retired recently? Andre Johnson?
Mm-mm.
I'm just saying names. Brandon Marshall.
Nope.
He's also not a first ballot Hall of Famer.
This guy's like, everybody loves this guy.
Oh my god! The thing is, I'm not gonna get it either. For like no reason.
You're going to hate yourself if you miss this.
Did he play for multiple teams?
One team for his entire career, which was like 16 years.
Steve Smith.
He played with the Ravens and the Panthers.
Oh, god damn it, dude! What wonders? All right, I'm just looking at teams just to see like what teams had like a wide receiver.
This is always his excuse.
No, like I will straight up show you because first off, I'm on Yahoo.
And yeah, great quality. We all saw on camera. Thanks there, Joe. Let me just see black and white lines. Okay, I see some standings.
Oh, Dez? Even though he's not a first ballot, just saying names.
I think that sound means he's figured it out.
You already know I'm gonna say Larry Fitz.
That's it. Larry Fitzgerald.
I don't think I'm gonna get the. I don't think I'm
yards
gonna
per
get the last
catch
ones.
in 2016. All right. The other guy who I think is a free agent, I'll give you some like gimme hints. He played with the Seahawks, the Lions, and the Giants, and the Eagles.
Yep. Golden Tate.
Golden Tate did.
I would never have gotten that though. Never. I never would have gotten that.
And then the last guy, I don't know if you'll get it because it's before your time. He played with the Bengals. He was the number 2 to Chad Johnson.
I'm gonna. Is it the guy with like the wicked long last name?
Yep. TJ Hushmanzada. He did it in 2008. And that's all 12. See, sometimes they're really easy, like a couple weeks ago.
What was the one a couple weeks ago?
It was like the top 5 in receiving yards in 2019 or something, where it was just the obvious guys.
Yeah. I mean, like I got a couple wrong, but I would just like, it's like, have you seen the movie Ted?
I have not actually.
Oh, have you seen the clip where it's like Mark Wahlberg just listing off white girl names?
Oh, yes, I have seen that.
Yeah, that's basically what it was until you get it.
And it's fun,
Yeah.
Learning a little history.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I definitely should have gotten. No, I think I got who I think I should have got.
Yeah, I would agree.
Because like I love Golden Tate, but I never would have said that. Just because like he's not retired and he's not on a team.
Right.
And then TJ Hushmanzada, I know who that is.
I knew you wouldn't have gotten that. That's why I saved that one for last.
Yeah, see, like I know who he is, but it's like
it wouldn't have come to mind.
Yeah, because again, played before I even watched, really. So is that all we got?
I believe that's all we got. We've been running for some time now, actually.
Yeah. All right. Well, everybody, thank you for listening to episode 8 of the JM Touchdown Show, recorded on May 26th. The episode ending at around, it's 8:32 right now. We'll say around 8:33. My name is Joe Shea, Fanatics Sports, and joined by
Mike Kennedy. And I would also like to say, follow us on Twitter,
social media, yeah.
TikTok, Instagram, subscribe.
You know what? Don't even waste your time with the TikTok.
Spotify.
We don't use the TikTok.
That's you, dude. I'm not even on TikTok. You're the one supposed to be.
It's just I always tell myself I'm gonna do my own TikTok, and then I just don't because I don't care. I understand TikTok is like one of the best ways to blow up, but like having to get like 15-second clips from an hour plus podcast, it's like I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I can't bring myself to do it for the show or myself. But subscribe on YouTube, everything, whatnot, and subscribe to the Clonecast, the official Star Wars podcast of the JMTD show. And also subscribe to the Night Sisters podcast. I recently did a part for their most recent episode.
Nice.
That's all I got. You got
make sure you check out the Aaron Rodgers trap. All right. Good night, everybody.
Have a good one.